Alright, vision time. So, on 3/27, I had a dream that there were these big black ovens with 3 drawers, and I had this huge, hunk of beef on my shoulder, like half a cow, and I went and I shoved it into one of the top drawers of the ovens, and then fire engulfed it. It's the beginning of Passover. On 3/28, 6:55 a.m., I woke up. I was in a field, and I planted a whole bunch of sunflowers. They were reaching up and pointing towards the sky, and I left, and then when I came back, where I'd planted the sunflowers, these big trees had taken their place, and they had grown so fast that their bark had split open, and there was fresh sap coming from the splits, and I was able to taste it, and it was sweet like honey. And then I was looking around for my parents, and my mom was shearing the sheep, and there was a big old tuft of fur on the ground, and I asked, "Why can't we use this?" And she said, "Because it didn't come off in one piece." And then I was told to go look for a lost sheep. And so I was walking, and all of a sudden this dog came running after me, one of those herding dogs, and I paid no attention to it, and right when it came to bite my ankle, it stopped as if I was protected. And then I found the lamb, and then the trumpet sounded, and everyone was lifted up, but I was still there, and I was holding the lamb. And I wasn't scared because I knew that I had the lamb, and somehow I was going to be protected. And then these monsters came, these demonic monsters, and I was able to cover them with the Holy Spirit, and that doomed them to die in 3 seconds. So those spirits, I knew that they couldn't hurt me, and there were people left who were filled with the Spirit after the rapture to show people the way. And there was 20 people, something around there. They all had a different gift, and they all had a different power in order to guide the church, guide the people towards the light, towards the middle or end of the tribulation. And then we were told to go on a trip, and I heard the words, "Once you feel all light is gone, do not give up. That is the test." On 3/31, I had another dream where I was looking out the south side of the house of the window, and the sun was up, and then it turned into a total solar eclipse. And then I heard the trumpet sound, and the dimensions shifted and turned into 2 dimensions. And then I was outside of the house instantly, and there's this bar outside with a bartender, and the bartender was just shining a glass, just waiting. And I looked up above the bar, and there was gold numbers. It said 2052, and then it ticked, and it went to 2053, which is military time for 8:52, 8:53. And then I kind of looked around. I'm like, this happened before. I know this happened before. I felt I was over there, and now I'm over here. I was told that soon everything will be turned into 150 degrees Fahrenheit. Like the earth was going to get really hot, and the people were going to suffer because of it. The bar kind of signified that it was just waiting for the clock to turn to 24, and just to come down, have a drink, enjoy yourself. And then I was transported over to a beach, and there was the ocean, and then there was someone there. We embraced each other, and then there was a flash of white light, and then I woke up. On 4/1 today, I woke up at 9:06 a.m., and I went to ride a bike to get some cardio exercise, and then I came back to the house, and I started to, just go a little off-roading in the pasture, and it turns out my father had started to plant an enormous garden, and I was looking around, and I was kind of worried that I had ran over some plants, and I looked at him, and I said, hey, these plants, they're sown a little bit too close together. They might choke each other out. And I'm not sure if he took the advice or anything. He's a very steadfast man in doing things his own way. And I thought that was surprising because he's a diesel mechanic. He doesn't really, do gardening. But I think it might have been symbolic for people who are working towards planting their garden. And I believe he had planted an enormous garden, and I was just there trying to exercise. I was trying to become strong, and I thought that was really interesting. And then I found myself at a house. I went in, and there was a lot of people. We were all talking with one another. And then I felt as if there was something evil lurking outside. So I went outside, and many buildings were demolished. They were just dust. And there was only a few buildings left standing. So I was able to fly. I flew up, and I saw the surrounding forests. And there were Ents, those woodland tree monsters. And they were walking around. And they were starting to come towards the town. And I had to warn everyone, so I went back into the house, and I told everyone to close the curtains and get ready. And this man that was, under control, he popped his head through a window, smashed it, and, the Here's Johnny, The Shining. And then I saw police lights outside, and this police officer barges his way in, and he says that they're going to take a piece of my spine out of my back, and he shows this scar on his back, like they took out from right behind the neck. And I was like, what the heck? I don't want that. I picked up a Leatherman with a knife, and I went to go at him because he was gonna go at me, and then all of a sudden I was stabbed in the back and sliced, and it hurt, and I'm like, no, I don't want my spine taken out. So I woke up.